Hello and welcome to another kitchen extravaganza with me. It's Nicholas's dad. And today we'll be mostly doing a chicken chow mein, or at least attempting it. Sorry. So, first things first. We have some sliced chicken, which I'm going to place with my 5-spice chicken seasoning and my 5-spice chicken seasoning. So we're going to pour a load of that into a dish. We're going to chuck my chicken in. And we're going to just mosey that around. Get it all over as much as we can. Oh, it smells grand. It does. Right. Leave that in there for a little bit. Just wash your hands, because raw chicken, you've got to be very careful of. It's not good for this. So make sure your hands are always nice and clean and tidy. Top tip, pickpocket. Top pick, whatever. Right, so plough a bit more on that. Let's get that nicely in there. You pop a bit of that on later as well. And what I tend to do is get some garlic. And place that on my chicken as well. Can't beat a bit of garlic. Just give that a bit of a munching around. Oh yeah. Bit more garlic. And a bit more 5-spice. Yeah, right, done. So I'm going to leave that just in my spices for a little minute, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get 2 cloves of garlic to go on top of your garlic that I've already put in. So get my cloves, get them all split using my mammoth power. Cut ends off, because you don't want them in it. Yahoo! Get rid of all skin, because you don't want that in it. Voila! Alright. Done. Get rid of the skin, because we don't want that in our cuisine. Yeah. Let's get rid of a bit more. Sorted. Make sure that's off there. Sorted. Perfect. Okay. And then I just cut it very thinly. Both of them. Get them all just nicely trimmed. And really cut it into mulch. You might be thinking, well, you've just put granules in, Rich. Why are you cutting some garlic? Because I am. Now, to be honest, garlic granules, great, but you can never beat a bit of raw garlic that you know that you've cut up yourself and it's going in your fine cuisine. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. So, done. Next, we're going to sort out our noodles. And what I tend to do, because I like them nice and soft, I'll get my pan, I'll put some boiling hot water in, the bells are ringing, I don't even know what song I'm singing, but I know it rhymes this time, and I'm fine, and I'm putting thyme in my food. Anyways, yeah, so you put your hot water in like so. Don't. And get your noodles and place them in here. Now, I'll put one in. I'll put two in. I think that should about do me, to be honest. Two, will that do? Yeah. So I'll bang two of them in there. And I shall leave the lid on. And just put a little bit of heat in there. Get a bit of heat in there. Get them started. So them started. Right. Then I'm going to go over to my chicken. Put a little bit of oil in my big pan. Sorted. And then just get my chicken started. Voila. Right. Just get that started. I've cut it into little strips. But you don't need to go too mad at this point. Just make sure it's in your pan. Or your wok. Wok around. If I got paid more, I'd be able to afford a wok. But I can't, so I haven't. Right. So that's done. Right, then we want to concentrate on our sauce. Now our sauce will consist of, you've got my noodles in, and I've got my chicken started. Make sure I've got my for scraping it about. So I'm going to put some corn flour. This is just to make sure it's nice and thick when you get your grubbins together. So, right, get a tablespoon. We'll want at least one corn flour. So I'll bang that in there. Okay, right. Make sure my chicken's looked after at all times. Okay. Okay. I'll look at my noodles. Get them all in the water. Like so. Starting. Get the lid back on there. Make sure I've got all that nice. So, I've got my oil and my chicken's just started to cook. Right. I'm just multitasking. So, I've got my corn flour in there. Then I've got my Rolling Stones. Brown sugar. Right. So, I'll get my brown sugar. And we'll want a tablespoon of that as well to go with my corn flour. So let's get a nice heat tablespoon of brown sugar. Done. Okay. Just have another little check of my chicken, because I feel like chicken tonight. Okay. So I've got that on started, got that started. Right. Done. Put that in there. Okay. Right, your garlic that you've done, you want that in there. So your sauce. Right. And I just put a little bit more garlic in, because you can't have enough garlic. Just make sure my chicken's alright. Okay. Right. Then moving back to your sauce, we've got dark soya. So, and we'll want at least 4 of these. So, okay. So, 1 dark soya. 2 dark soya. 3 dark soya. 4 dark soya. I'm going to put 6 in. 5 dark soya. 6 dark soya. I've got my dark soya in. I then go back to my chicken. Right, we'll turn the noodles off because I don't want them going too much. So perfect, my chicken's just nicely browning. That's grand. Okay, so I've got my chicken in there. Right, now my next one, you want your oyster sauce. Not coming out very easily, so what we're going to need to do is to loosen it up a bit. Put one. Right. Put that in there. Well measured, like Tracy likes to know. See, she seems to be doing all measuring perfectly. Okay. Start to get that mixed together. At this point, this is when you say, do I need any more corn flour to thicken that up? Probably will do. So let's go back to the chicken. Right, that's going in fine. Right. Okay. Then we want chicken stock. So we'll go over into my things. Right, and we'll want 300 ml of hot water. Done. And then we'll put a chicken stock in here. And that'll just give it that perfect flavour. So leave that in for a second. Chicken's looking lovely. Noodles. Yep, just done a bit of a stir just to make sure they're fine. Yep, and fine. Nicely softening up. The chicken's going nice. Okay, that's all nicely going together. Just check my sauce. Yep. Might just put a little bit. No, well, actually, let's leave that like it is. What we're going to do is get my chicken stock, get that nicely mixed up. And then into there, I'm going to thicken it up slightly with the corn flour into the chicken stock rather than onto my soya sauce. Put that in there. Just thicken it up slightly. Okay. Add that. To my sauce. My way of doing this. Done. Get it all into there. Done. Bit of a taste. Oh yeah. That's right, nice taste. Right. Get that to my chicken. Get my vegetables, stir that in. Throw them all in. Okay. That one in there. Get that in. Now I spray it a little bit just to make sure that it's all keeps its moisture. Right. So that's perfect. Put that in there. Okay. Going well. So that's my chicken and my stir fry vegetables. Bring them, warm them up. Okay. And then add some of my sauce. Okay. Perfect. Get the rest of my stir fry in there. Done. Okay. Oh yeah, it's going to be grand. Okay. Now I'll add more of my sauce. Okay. Make sure you get all that dregs out because that's where our flavour is. Get that into your pan. Done. Now, depending on how you like it, if you want a thicker sauce, then this is where you will add some more corn flour. I tend to not. I like it just like this kind of consistency. So yeah, your chicken's already cooked nice. Okay. Right. I will then add a bit more of my 5-spice. Okay. And just a drop more of the soya sauce. Okay. And what I tend to like is a bit of Henderson's relish. But that's just my partaking. I like a bit of Henderson's just to give it just a tiny bit of a twang at the end. Henderson's is like the Yorkshire version of Worcester sauce. So that's done. Right. just to make sure I've got some more flavour in there. I'm going to pop a bit more of my oyster sauce in. So, right, perfect. Okay. Get that mixed in. Oh yeah. God, that smells absolutely gorgeous. Perfect. The cornflour's already working anyway, so mine's thickening quite nicely, as you can see. It's quite thick now, which is going to be perfect for when I put my noodles in. So, get your drainer. I'm going to find where I put the bloody thing. Probably still in here. Right, done it, dishwasher. I should have emptied that earlier, but I didn't. Right, noodles. Give them a bit of a stir around. They're perfect, smell gorgeous as well. Get rid of water. Just get as much water off as you can. And then plough them into your mix. And bring them into the mix. Oh wow. Lots of flavours in there. Absolutely lots of flavours. Absolutely gorgeous. Because that's the whole point, is flavour. Northerners love flavour. Perfect. Getting all that flavour from every side of the pan. Getting it all mixed in so that every serving all gets a good amount of the sauce. And like I say, this is only my preference to how I like it. So each to their own. Well, that is absolutely my idea of Chinese heaven. So yeah. Slow that down, and there you have it. Chicken Chow Mein. Smells absolutely gorgeous. So, I shall plate that up. And I'll take a photo to show my fans. And hopefully it'll make you all go into your kitchens and go, I'm going to cook that. Cheers, Nicho's dad. And that's my job done then. So yeah, thanks for joining me. And this is my version of a chicken chow mein. Hope you enjoyed watching and see you later. Cheers.